Hi guys, and welcome back to my page. It's your girl A the Poet, and I'm back with another poetry and me video. And today we're joined by Andrea. So do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey guys, my name is Andrea. I'm actually based in South Africa. I'm currently doing quite a bit of things. I'm a baker, I'm a research assistant, I am a poet, and I also do proofreading. You can find my poetry at Poems by Drea, or my personal account is Drea_Jo, which is ZHOU.
Yay. So take us through how you started writing. So you do quite a lot. So let's first go into the writing and then we can go into the other stuff after. So how did you start writing?
I think when I was in high school, so for me, I'd moved into another country and I came to do my high school in South Africa. So everything was just new to me. Everything was just a little bit scary and a little bit, uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And my first year was okay. And then I started to experience bullying, and I wouldn't be able to communicate with even my family members about it. So I decided to put pen to paper.
Okay.
But when I was putting pen to paper, I didn't think that I would be writing poems. I just was writing the feelings I was going through at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, that was kind of like my escape during high school. A lot of the times when I wrote my poetry in high school was based on not because I wanted to write, but because I needed that outlet. And at the time, I didn't actually understand what was going on, but I needed some way of putting my words into something that could be kind of useful for me to see in the future that I've actually done and overcome certain things.
Yeah.
When I finished high school, then I realized, okay, I'm actually, I like doing this, and it's not something that's helping me and through a lot of things.
Yeah.
But through high school, I then actually realized that a lot of the things that I was writing was linked to me having actually anxiety.
Ah,
And that's when I realized that a lot of my poems when I was in uni were a bit dark, but it was because I was just expressing that anxiety through my words. But then after that, I started writing a lot, and I never used to know that I was actually capable of doing it until one day it was 3 in the morning and I was writing and I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually a thing for me. So it was really nice to actually experience that. But that's basically where I started.
okay, that's fascinating. That's a nice little journey, and then getting you through all of the pivotal moments like school and then uni and all of that. So did you go to uni in South Africa as well?
No, I actually went to uni in the UK. Yeah, I was at Swansea for my undergrad, then I went to Loughborough for my postgrad.
Okay. What did you study?
Finance and investment.
Nice. So nothing to do with writing, nothing.
Nope, nope.
For me, neither me. It's literally, I'm exactly the same. It's literally just been an outlet throughout life. Like I studied chemical engineering at uni, so it's completely
Completely,
different.
totally
Yeah,
different.
completely different. Okay, so when did you begin to actually sharing your poems?
Oh, that's a tough one because I think a lot of the time I never actually thought anyone would read the poetry. So it
Okay.
was always for me, and it would always be in my notes on my phone or something like that, keep it. But then I think it was the year before last, I was literally maybe I should share one poem and
Mm-hmm.
see what happens.
Yeah.
And from there, it was I got a lot of feedback. And then this, I think last year going into this year, I was posting more because I never had an Instagram page. I mean, I literally only opened it last year. And
Hmm.
then I was like, okay, you know what, let me post something. And then one person who I don't even know was like, you know what, your poetry is actually helping me through a lot. And that was when I was like, wow, this is actually, somebody's benefiting from that. And it
Yeah.
always feels like that you're not going through it alone as well.
Mm-hmm. It's like you've got a community and you're helping each other through it all. Oh, that's so
Definitely.
lovely to hear. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So with regards to you moving to a whole new country, was that a part of like the anxiety? And did you ever explore that within your writing?
When I moved, especially when I went to uni in the UK, I think I had kind of like preempted whatever that was gonna come. So even like the first year, I never wrote. I didn't even touch anything. I didn't even explore anything. But then as I was going, it was more about the journey more than like the anxiety.
Okay.
So most of my work during that time was literally just expressing, if I had a fling, what was the experience like, if,
Yeah.
all of that stuff. So it was more like the experience of uni.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think like the journey of my poetry, you can tell when I actually found like, that I had anxiety and how I was dealing with it. There was like the dark times, and then I actually have a time where I'm experiencing like life and the uni life
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
And then now I'm writing things that are more positive, if that makes sense.
Nice.
More
Yeah.
of like healing rather than like experiencing that dark place.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I also noticed on your poetry page, poems by Drea.
Jaya.
Yeah, I noticed that you have a few collabs. Did I see that correctly? That you've written some pieces with other people. What's that experience been like?
I think I actually did that this year. So basically, Twitter has been a really good platform for me as well.
Yeah.
Because you see other people who are poets, and I just reach out to them and I'll be like, "Do you want to write a poem together?" And it's something that I realize that you can actually blend two people into one piece, and it can flow. And
Yeah.
I think that was a very like it was a moment for me where I was like, "Wow, it's just." Poetry is just easy. It doesn't have to be, difficult. And I think that's what a lot of people think, that, poetry, it's like you have to rhyme, you have to say, my dad had a cat and he was wearing a hat.
Yeah. Dr. Seuss type vibes. Yeah. No, yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like for some, it depends. My experience with poetry is that throughout high school, I didn't like English whatsoever. And little did I know that I was writing poems. It's very similar to your story, in that you were just writing what you were feeling, what you were going through, just as a coping mechanism, so to speak, kind of like therapeutic in a way. And like I didn't like English whatsoever, and like it was just not the language. It was just not the subject for me. I was maths and science kind of girl. And when I realized in like college times, when I got into like spoken word on YouTube and whatnot, that's when I realized that there's a whole community out there that who are going through life, and they're writing their feelings down, and we're just spreading the emotions that we're going through, and so many people can relate and mend and blend and whatnot. So I think it's definitely, I've never really thought about collabing with anyone on Twitter. I never thought anybody would want to, but I'm really happy to hear people do that.
Number of people who would want to collab, but I think it's just you asking them. I
Mhm.
don't think they would really be like, if you want to collab, come. But
Yeah.
if you actually ask them, then they will be open to it. Because I know a lot of people. There's actually like a lot of people who I still want to collab with, but I just, it's just timing and all of that. But there's people.
Oh, okay, yeah, happy to hear it. So if, say for example, if somebody who's watching the video now wanted to collab with you, what should they do? Should they DM you? Should they just comment on one of your poems? What should they do?
I think the best is to DM me, obviously on my poems page and not on my personal page, because I
Yeah.
probably won't see it.
Yeah.
So,
So your poems page is Poems by Drea, at Poems by Drea.
yeah.
Okay, fab. Thank you for coming and sharing like your journey, and giving people like where they can find your work. I'm sure that I found your work really nice to read, and it's a nice outlet to read other people's work. So it was really nice to read your work. It was a breath of fresh air. So I definitely implore you guys to go and check out Poems by Drea on Instagram. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And look out for the next video. See you guys later.